Tonight we have Jason Anker. Jason Anker had, unfortunately, had an accident at work. The impact was significant to himself. It left him paralysed, and the effect on not just himself, but his family, his friends, was significant. So Jason's here to tell us about how it could have been prevented, how it could have prevented the injuries to himself and that impact to not just him but his family. So it's very motivational, and we'll all take a lot away from what Jason has to tell us tonight.
I think what we're trying to do is just help. If we can help a company or a person make the right decision, that could be a groundwork on the floor, that could be a manager in the office. If we can inspire someone to do the right thing, I think what we do is a nudge towards the right direction and helping people make the right choice. Yeah, I think more knowledge is power anyway. It doesn't matter if you think you know something. If someone's doing a presentation, come along, because you might learn something new. It could be that one thing that you learn from a presentation could make a whole difference to somebody else. Before I started doing this, I honestly believe I went to work one day, had an accident. But say what I do today, I've actually come to realise that it should not have happened. Now, I'm going to share with you everything about my life, and some of it is a little bit personal. Not my intention to offend anybody. So if I do say for a reason that you don't want to listen to, please stand outside the door for a few moments. It does not offend me. But all I do say that if I am going to do this, I do have to tell you everything. I always start a little bit of sad music at the start, just sets the scene. This is not going to be just yet another story of another accident. I will tell you very quickly what I did, because I would rather share with you what a 5-second decision has into my life over the last 25 years. So, January 3rd, 1993, I am 24 years old, I am married, I've got 2 children. Now I'm working for a roofing contractor, and we have been on a job since Christmas. Bad weather, the job is running behind. Now the job itself was a repair of a large flat roof. There is one open edge with full scaffold edge protection, a secure ladder for access. This is actually a pretty safe job. But around 2:30 in the afternoon, the site supervisor came over and said, I've had a report of a leak on another building where we've been working, and as you're on site, could you take a look? So I go across to my boss, he goes onto the roof, came down, said to the supervisor, I have found your problem. This is going to be a 2-hour job. To which the response was, do you think you can get this done in 1? It is going to be dark in an hour, and this is causing me major problems. Can you do it? Could you do me a favour? So we decide we'll give it a go. Back off to my boss, he went onto the roof, but I was stood at the bottom because something is not right. The ground conditions are terrible. The ladder is not secured. So I have done the correct thing by stopping. But unfortunately, I did not have the courage to speak up. And before I met boss, he peers over the top, come on, get a move on. And I think to myself, well, these guys, they know what they're doing. I climbed the ladder, I got on the roof, and we got the job done. By the time we finished, I was the first one down, and the ladder is now being footed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I get to the bottom rung, the guy footing it, thinking I'm down, moves away. But I'm called back up the ladder. As I go back up, I get about halfway, I feel that I slip, I fall. I can remember on the ground, I was a bit winded, but I still thought to myself, I'm okay. And when I tried it up was the first time I became aware I could not feel my legs. And so an ambulance is called, it rushed me to the local hospital. By the time I arrived, my wife was already there. Initially, I was taken for an x-ray, get to inside to wait for results, and the door opens, the doctor walks in with a big smile on his face. And I'm watching walk towards thinking, well, if he's smiling, this is going to be good news. Came to the side of the bed and said, you have been very lucky. You are suffering from a condition known as spinal shock. You've had a real nasty fall. And hopefully over the next couple of hours, a couple of days, it could even be a few weeks, you will gradually get all your sensations back. You think yourself very fortunate. But he then sent me for a CT scan for a closer look, just to make sure. So I go off for the scan. I come back to this room. Wife, she was now sat on my side. This time the door opens, he walks in, and he's not smiling. And straight away, before he had even spoke to me, I knew. This time he came, he sat at the side of the bed and said, we have found a small fracture in your back, and you have suffered massive spine injuries. And then he simply said, you will never walk again. And with that, he just stood up and he walked out of the room. When I go on site and I'm speaking to the lads, I always pose this question. If you've never been involved in a workplace accident or near miss in your working life, please put your hand up. How many hands do you think normally go up in a room? None. So what are the stories? Especially the older guys, all the stories of shortcuts and accidents, and I share them stories with young guys. Not the shortcuts, share the times it went wrong. We have a bit of an academy and we're trying to get people with these stories. So many people come after presentations, they'll share this story. We need to share this story with other people. And I say all the time, me and Sean can do this, by the way, and Sean's terrified when he first started doing it. If we can do this, anybody can. And if anyone knows any guys who've been involved in an accident, they want to learn how to share a story, give my details and I'll help them as much as I can. That was the last picture we actually find of me walking. That's Abby. She was nearly 3 at the time of the accident. I clung to the hope. She can remember stuff like this, but she tells me she can't. But please, imagine now maybe it was your dad in that clip or another family member. Imagine that's your son, daughter, granddaughter, little brother or sister. So which family is going to be ripped apart this week? Or because sometimes we are still choosing to work unsafely. And so I do my presentation for 2 reasons. Obviously I do it for you, but really all this is for your families and your friends, because you are prepared to take the gamble and even live with the consequences. But trust me, it will be your families and your friends who have to pick up the pieces. This is 25 years after my accident. It's still going on, and I caused it. Some will still say to me, you don't understand though, it's the pressure that we're put under to get the job done. It does not matter what job you do or what industry you come from, because at some point somebody will ask you to do something that you believe is unsafe. And so there is one thing, the most important thing that you do every single day when you turn up for work. Please, can you make sure that you go home safe? Thank you very much. Now, I actually got that right from a hypnotist. And he said to me, if you can get people to do 3 things in quick succession, Whatever you say next will stay with them for the rest of their lives. And now I'll give you a gift. Like I said, this gift is going to stay with you forever. And the gift is them 5 seconds. But they only work if you speak up and use them. When I first started talking about 5 seconds, I did. Oh, what's that thing? The first time I came to realise that was how close I got to not being in a wheelchair. Do something about it. It all starts off with a simple conversation with the people you work with. May solve your problem. If not both or all of you, chat with the supervisor. But if you are still unsure, unhappy, if someone's unsafe, go and speak to a safety guy. Go and raise it with a manager, because those first 5 seconds, they can be the difference. They certainly were for me. Because I say, it's great when companies get involved in safety, but I always say safety starts with you. Making your own personal commitment to safety. Not because you've been told to, because you choose to. It was interesting. Put Proud Safe in the search engine. You come across our Facebook page. And if you don't know what Facebook is, by the way, ask your kids or your grandkids. It might take a few minutes of your time, and all you have to do is just click that button. We've got over 5,500 people regularly doing this, by the way. Every day we'll put a bit of a log up, and I'll put up the feel free to send us a comment. We've got some booklets to take away, but Abby just got produced, by the way. First time I've seen them then. Sent them up here. Obviously, what Proud Safe do is it's really great getting this safety. Why do we do it? And obviously now I'm working with Professor Tim Marsh, and he does all the serious stuff I don't really understand. That's my sales pitch, by the way. Any questions or comments you'd like to ask me?
It's a great way to sort of keep the safety alive. This event today was really good at emphasising the impact on people's lives, but there's other things in the programme that are going to be about different aspects of safety management.
You can't put into words. You get the various presentations and people give you scenarios about why things aren't safe or why things should be done a different way, but actually to hear somebody speaking from the heart and their personal experiences, not just how it's affected him individually, the wider family, the wider circle, his friends, life-changing. Yeah, just recommend something like this to bring it home to people.
I got my IOSH programme for this year, and this looks like a really exciting programme, but this one particularly struck me because it's someone talking about their experience and how a workplace accident had really impacted on their life. And until I came along and actually saw the presentation, I didn't realise quite how impactful it was going to be. I didn't realise it was someone who'd had such a serious injury.
Tonight's event was extremely interesting. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but Jason, very good presenter. The topic, obviously health and safety, but actually bringing his real life experiences makes such a difference to learning what people should do, how things can very quickly go wrong. Just a very, very inspiring speech tonight, yeah.
I thought the event was fantastic, very hard hitting. It was good seeing Jason in person. I've watched his YouTube video, but it's nothing compared to seeing it in real life.
It's his strapline, be safe, go home safe, go to work safe, come home safe. That's what it's all about.
I think it's really easy to cut corners and forget safety. Even as having worked as a safety professional, sometimes you can cut corners. And yeah, just the whole message about taking 5 seconds to think about.
The biggest message we got is the 5 seconds. It comes to everything. If people think something's not right, don't do it. There's no excuse afterwards when things go wrong. Oh, I just thought I'd just get this done. No, if you think it's not right, it's when you speak up. Because sometimes we can see things and we're not sure what it is. And just by having a second opinion from somebody else, all of a sudden everything's okay. So 5 seconds is the biggest sort of message we give.